When we're going to make changes in our lives, the brain will look for one specific thing: the ability to predict what is going to happen in the future. And we cannot predict the future. We cannot control the future. But being able to predict the future actually helps the brain to relax and not get stressed out. Within the last 3 years, many people has experienced that they were screaming for the ability to predict the future. When will we get a vaccine? When will we be able to travel again? When will we be able to go back to work? Everything with that had to do with the COVID. But now there's another thing that stresses out the brain with the lack of being able to predict the future. When will prices go back down? When will the war in Ukraine stop? When will this recession that we're moving towards, or some people think that we are in, depending on where in the world we are, when will this finish? And we cannot predict it. And in times like this, we have to come back and find our grounding inside. Instead of trying to control the future, we have to come back to what we know. And that's a great question you can ask yourself. What do I know right now? It will bring you back to the present right now of what you know. Because since the brain wants to predict the future and it can't predict the future, it'll be really stressed out. If you find yourself screaming for knowing what is going to happen and when is it going to happen, come back to yourself. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what do I know right now? Not being able to predict the future is the major thing that actually stresses out the brain. So just being aware of it can help us to put some light to the issue that we cannot predict, we cannot control. But what we can is we can be here right now, asking ourselves, what is the best thing I can do right now? How can I take responsibility for my situation, for the situation I'm in, my country is in, and so on. So, how high a need do you have for being able to predict the future? Ask yourself this question. Does it stress you out when you're not able to predict the future? Are you okay with it? Some people are okay with not being able to look into the future. But just keep in mind, the brain is craving for the ability to look ahead and take control.